Well, good morning, you motherfuckers. How's your day? How's it going? How's your morning? Are you in your car? Are you driving? Are you on the shitter doing the shit thing? Are you on the bus? What are you guys doing? Well, if you're one of the lucky 3 people that listen to this thing, then you're hearing my annoying ass voice to start your morning off with. Today is pretty much a typical day, like most days with my life. I wake up and I'm racing. I'm always racing. I'm racing against that goddamn thing called time. I can't win with time, man. I can't win. This time shit is just killing me. I'm late for something, or I'm always on a rush for something. I gotta be to work. I gotta do this. I gotta go there. And everything I gotta do, I never have enough time. And I've never had this problem ever in my life. And I think it has to do with the fact that the East Coast is nothing but commuting. Like, I lived in California. I never had this problem, ever. The only time that I would have a problem would be at 5 o'clock when it was rush hour. Other than that, that was my only problem. Rush hour. Oh my God. Now, see this? I'm having a traffic jam leaving the place that I'm at. Oh my God. All right, today's just going to be a day about bitching about fucking everything. I don't even give a fuck. Today's bitching. But yeah, when I lived in California, I knew 5 o'clock was going to come. It was going to be rush hour, and the highway was just going to be jam-packed, and all the side roads are going to be jam-packed, and it's going to suck ass. All right? Oh, God. Now I can't leave or go back out this back way. Fuck me. Because of high school. See this? Now, there's a high school that's in the back of this place, and I can't do shit because everybody's going to school. Oh my God. All right, guys. Yep, like I said, today's going to be nothing but bitching. But living back in Montana, you could literally be to work at 8:30, and I could leave my house at 8:26. It didn't matter where it was, I was going to make it to work. The same thing goes when I lived in Hawaii. Like, Hawaii was so damn slow. Like, when I lived in Hawaii, I worked on a cruise ship. I worked for 6 months straight, no days off, 18-hour days, scrubbing toilets. All I did all day long was clean up people's shit. I wiped toilet bowls and I cleaned toilets. I mopped and I swept, and I was on my hands and knees scrubbing toilets. And people don't know this, but on a cruise ship, the parts that the customers can see, we all have to clean immaculate. All the stuff that they don't pay attention to, there is no fucking cleaning. And if you ever go on a cruise ship, don't tip your fucking door dudes. Don't tip the people that are helping you get on the boat. Those cocksuckers make all of the money. The people you should be tipping are the people you see cleaning the toilets. The people you see scrubbing your dishes. The people that are delivering you your food don't do fucking shit but deliver you your food. So if you ever go on a cruise ship and you have Paco or some fucking dude carrying your bags and helping you to your doorway, that bastard does that all week long, and his job is easy as shit. 100% easy, and he makes $10 an hour, no taxes taken out. I scrub toilets 18 hours a day for $5 an hour. So fuck Paco. That was the dude that I worked with. So fuck Paco. Seriously. So if you go on a cruise ship, all those people that you see there, a majority of them are making really good money, and you dumbasses are tipping the shit out of them, while the rest of us that work our ass off ain't getting anything. And by the way, I'd like to say they lied to me. All right, we're on this cruise ship thing. All right, so I went to North Carolina for a job interview to work for the Norwegian Cruise Line. All right? I went and bought beautiful clothes. Sounds so gay. I went and bought some nice clothes, got slacks, got the shoes, got my hair did. I went to this job interview. There was 200 people, okay? They were choosing 10 people out of these 200 people. They were choosing almost 10%, okay? It was almost 20 people, but out of the 20, 10 of them were guaranteed a job, okay? So I went all the way to North Carolina. I went to this job interview. I sat down with 200 other people. We watched some videos on cruise lines. You watch all these videos about people that work there, they're smiling and they're having a good time and they're on the ocean and these boat liners look so beautiful. Everything is just a crock of shit, all right? It's all lies, okay? So you get done watching this 2-hour video. This person comes up, gives you a speech, and then 3 people come up that work there, and they tell you how amazing and great it is, all right? The 3 people that are on there that tell you how amazing it is probably did 6 months and got super lucky, met some people, and didn't have to do anything for work. That's my guess. They didn't do shit. They didn't go and actually work like normal human beings. They got a piss poor job inside that company and didn't do anything. So they get up there, they give you your speech, and then after that, they tell you to get into 2 separate lines. So 100 people in this line, 100 people in this line. And at the end of at the beginning of the line, there's a dude sitting at a 2-chair table and then a chick, all right? And what you do is you get in line, you go up there, they look at your resume, they start talking to you, and they choose if they want to give you a job or if they don't want to give you a job, all right? So I went to this job. I signed up for being a waiter, okay? Waiting tables. That was a job position that I came there for. That's all they were hiring for, was to be a waiter. So I stand in line. I'm in line for hours. I see a lot of people go through. And of course, you can always tell when a person doesn't get a job because they leave their head down and they're super disappointed. And they probably did the same thing as me. They went, filled out for this job, and flew all the way there. They paid actual money to go to a job interview, which is exactly what I did. And so it's finally my turn. I get up front there and I start talking to the lady, and she asks me simple questions. All right, if you have an extra fork, what side of the table does the extra fork go on? Because there's supposed to be like a fucking fork, spoon thing like that. I can't remember what she said it. I had no goddamn clue, all right? I'd never waited tables in my life. I just figured like, all right, how hard is it? All I gotta do is memorize people's food, bring it out there, and then after doing, oh my God, none of these guys can fucking drive to save their lives. All I gotta do is memorize what people want to eat, bring their fucking food out, and they're gonna eat food. That's it. Right? Simple. Easy. Anyone can do it. I get up there. I start talking to the lady. I don't know where the extra glass goes. I don't know where the extra silverware goes. And the lady's like, hey, look, you've never served food before, have you? I was like, nope, but I've served smiles. I'm probably the best person for this job ever because I'm from Montana. I need this job. I've been sleeping on the floor. I don't have shit to my name. I actually need this job. And she's like, all right, well, what else qualities do you have? I was like, I've done room services. I've worked at hotels. You know, I've done roofing. I know how to do, buff floors. And she's like, all right, perfect. She's like, you know what? We actually need somebody that knows other things than just being a waiter. She's like, but I'll hire you as a waiter. We'll give you $10 an hour. No taxes taken out. You just got to get your anchorman. It's like this weird thing to get on a ship. You have to go and get this like pass thing. You got to get it's not a passport, but it's like this Anchorage passport to work on the cruise ship. And then I got the job. So they gave me a month. They sent me a plane ticket. I had to get to Hawaii. You get to Hawaii and you get to the port. You get on the ship. You have weeks to do this. It's like you got to do life safety, boat safety, and a few other courses. You take these tests, you finally pass. When you get done with that, they send you to the bottom of the ship, and they assign you your job. So when I got there was like 20 of us. They split us in groups. 5 people went to the left, 15 people went to the right. You want to take a guess what happened? Those 5 people went to waiting. 15 people over here went to scrubbing toilets. And then I met up with the guy, fucking Paco. Oh, God, this guy sucks. And he would give me my job assignments and tell me what I had to do. He did waiting and all the nice stuff where you make money, and they showed me how to scrub toilets. Now, I can scrub toilets. I have no problem scrubbing toilets, but the bad part about scrubbing toilets is if you're doing it for 18 hours a day and you're barely getting any sleep and you're on a ship, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been on a cruise ship. Those things are rocky as shit. They're scary as hell. They're noisy, creaky. And then when you're working, you're in the basement. You're on the bottom of this fucking boat. And it is just... It's the worst job I've probably ever had in my life, but it's the best job because it taught me if I could work for 18 hours a day, no days off, 6 months straight, and scrub toilets the whole time, then I can do any job. And also, I'm stuck on a ship, so I didn't get to go home, okay? I had to stay on a goddamn boat. And the worst part is when you got this job, they told you, oh, you can go to the beach and you can enjoy the beach and have a good time. You're in Hawaii. Yeah, I was in Hawaii, but guess what? I didn't see the fucking beach once. I didn't get to go and enjoy myself. Oh my fucking God, this sucks ass. I gotta be to work while the rest of you fucking retired fucking fat fucks get to walk around and do nothing. Oh my God. All right, sorry, where was I? Yeah, so the worst job I've ever had in my whole life. I don't recommend it to anybody. Always read between the lines. Always know if something sounds so good, it's bad, okay? If you're going to a job and it says $10 an hour, no taxes taken off, going to the beach, go and enjoy yourself, you're not going to the beach. You're not going to make $10 an hour. You're only going to make $5. All right. It was too good to be true. I did it for 6 months. I did it for almost 6 months. And then I got marooned in Honolulu. And let me tell you, I worked for that 6 months. You guys want to guess how much money I made in 6 months? All right. You won't guess. I made almost $4,000. All right. I got marooned in Honolulu. My plane ticket to get back was seriously almost $2,000. So I worked for almost 6 months. I made a little over $2,000. If you do the fucking math, I could have literally went to McDonald's, worked at McDonald's for 6 months. I would have made $8 an hour. And I literally probably would have made like $7,000. Literally. Instead, I went to Hawaii and sat on a stinky fucking ship scrubbing toilets. Oh my God. And the worst part about scrubbing those toilets was my supervisor would come to the toilets that I cleaned. He would shut the lights off and he would get out a black light and he would look for dirt on the toilets, on the walls, on the stalls, on the doors, on the handles. Those bathrooms where the rich people... Oh, let me tell you about this too. There's certain floors that you go to. You start from the poor floor, That's you people that can only spend a couple $1,000s to get on this ship. And then it goes to the rich floor. The super rich floors have 2 jacuzzis inside their rooms. They have a grand piano. They have beautiful stuff that's inside of them. That's the top floor. And then it just gets worse, worse, and worse. And all you people that can barely afford to go on a cruise and are spending $10,000 to go on those cruises, that little poor floor that you're on, that shit sucks. You can barely fit 2 people inside of it. You can only fit 1 person in the bathroom. Basically, if you're going to go take a shit on there, you got to open the shower door just so your legs could fit. And they're going to go in the shower. It's not good. All right? So when we worked on there, if you were on the lower floors, you were on the poor floor. Oh, right now, traffic is so goddamn bad. I am super distracted. But that was just one part of my life, and a bad choice of jobs that I've had over my life was scrubbing toilets. But I literally came home with $2,000, a little bit over $2,000, and I said to myself, look, I survived that, all right? I flew out to North Carolina. I had a job interview. Out of 200 people, I was one of the lucky people to get this job. I flew out to fucking Hawaii. I got inside there. I passed the test. I got my CPR. I got my life-saving test. I think it's like papers and shit like that, not tests, but I got my certification for that. And the funny part is, I don't know how to swim. I do not know how to swim. So I got a job working on a cruise ship, and I don't know how to swim. How funny is that? While taking the test, we had to go do this life-saving test thing where they have this big, huge, like, orange, it's like a lifeboat thing. And what you have to do is you have to jump in the water, grab the lifeboat, and you have to flip it and pretend that you're grabbing like 4 mannequins and put the lifeboat back upside right, and then put the mannequins inside of it. I don't know how to swim. So what I ended up doing was I jumped into the water and then grabbed the lifeboat and then kind of tippy-toed my way towards like the side of the pool. And then I had my feet rest on top of the pool. But what ended up happening when I tried to flip the boat, it grabbed me and flipped me underneath the boat. And so, like, I'm freaking out. I'm over there like, oh shit, I'm gonna fucking drown. And then somehow I got the boat to tip side real quick and it flipped back up and I was holding it and I was totally fine, but I don't know how to swim. So I'm like trying to grab these mannequins, fucking shaking so hard. Somehow I grab all 4 of the mannequins, I put them inside the lifeboat thing. I dog paddle my way towards the fucking edge of the pool. I get out and nobody even realizes I can't swim. Somehow I survived this most horrific fucking ordeal. And I got my certification and I made it to working on this boat. And the funny part is I work my ass off to do all this shit, and it's for a job of scrubbing toilets. I was rarely around people. When I was around people, I realized like all these assholes, the doormen and the guys that grab your luggage. Oh, let me tell you about luggage, all right? Those dudes that meet you when you're going to your rooms and they grab your luggage, that's the only time they grab your luggage. Guess who had to do all your luggage, all right? Every Friday, we'd have a rotation of 4,000 people that would come back into the ship. And everybody that scrubbed toilets had to work an extra 2 hours. We had to work 20 hours on Fridays because it was a rotation of new customers coming in and all the fucking baggage. Now, all you assholes that have ever go on trips that bring 15 fucking bags, I'm not kidding you, bags, 100-pound bags. People would bring 1,500-pound bags to go to Hawaii for 1 week. What the fuck are you packing? You're in Hawaii. Hawaii is dirty and nasty and full of chickens and roosters. Hawaii is not clean. Hawaii is only clean to tourists. When you go to a majority of those places, it is not nice and clean like you think it is. Sorry to burst your bubble. And if you're from Hawaii and you're thinking I'm being an asshole, kind of am being an asshole, but I only saw certain parts where it was a little bit tourists, and then off the edge of the tourists were the locals, and you guys all hated us Howleys, and it was super fucking dirty. So, anyway, we would, the floors we had were 15 floors, because it was 15 stories high. So you would go on the third floor, we would go to the bay, there's these elevators, and we would grab all of the bags from the back on the port, put them on these big, huge things, and then carry them to an elevator, and then ship them to each floor for all 15 floors. Now, the numbers on the bags were, we would have 1,000 bags per floor. Now, this is a guess. I'm not exaggerating. It was possibly way more than 1,000 per floor. There would be two people, one person at the elevator, and then the other person would have to grab all of these bags and put them on a 3-wheeled little thing and then run from one side of the boat to the other side of the boat. If you've been on a cruise ship, you and I both know it takes 5 minutes to walk from one side to the other. There was one person, they had to do 1,000 bags, and we had 2 hours to do 1,000 bags to bring them to people. So you would get to the elevator, you would grab these bags, and you would start running with them and put them at the number. So if it was 1126, this person that was in 1126, if they had 4 bags, you had to take all 4 of those bags, stack them on this 3-wheeled little fucking thing, and you would have to run all the way to the beginning. It takes 5 minutes to walk to this. So you had to run. You had 2 hours to do 1,000 bags. That's what I did. Other than scrubbing toilets for 4 days a week, I also had to run and do 1,000 bags. Now, when I say 1,000 bags, you're looking going, oh, fuck, anyone can do 1,000 bags. No, it's not a simplistic 1,000 bags. It was seriously crazy, exhilarating. Probably one of the, I do not recommend ever going on a cruise ship. I don't recommend ever working on a cruise ship. And to be honest with you, I am glad I didn't die on that fucking cruise ship. Working on a cruise ship was the worst thing I'd ever done, and the only good thing I got out of it is, if I can work on a cruise ship, I could work anywhere else in the world. All right, I don't know how the hell I've been talking about the cruise ship for 20 minutes, but I guess that's what I'm going to talk about, guys. So if you have a job that you just resent and you hate, I would say get the hell out of that job. But if you can't get out of there, then just realize that other people have worse jobs than that job, and your job really probably isn't that bad. Now, I know that I'm very extreme, and when I'm talking about this, I'm super passionate about it, but I'm being dead serious with you. That was the worst job of my whole life. But I guess at the end of it, I'm glad I did it. Like I said earlier, now I know that I can work for 6 months straight, make $5 an hour, and have no days off and survive. All right, I'm thankful now that I go to a job, I work 8-9 hours a day. I get off of work, I have 12 hours in the day before I have to be back to work. So it's kind of crazy, but that's my little story of working on the cruise ship and being a slave. Oh yeah, by the way, I was basically one of, I think there's like 3,000 employees that are on. That's too extravagant. I think it's 2,000. I think there's 2,000 employees that work on a cruise ship. That sounds crazy, but it's not, okay? Because people quit all the time. So there was a rotating door of employees just quitting. But there's like 2,000 people that work on a cruise ship at a time. And I lost my train of thought. I don't know where the hell I was going with this 2,000 people that were working on a cruise ship. Either way, I worked on a cruise ship. It sucked ass. If you have a bad job and you don't like your job, or you've been working a job that just pisses you off, or you've worked a job that was really horrible, let me know about it. Tell me a story about it. I appreciate everybody's time. Sorry this ramble was so long. Today's been hectic. It took us 25 minutes to go 10 blocks. 25 minutes to drive 10 blocks. That's how bad it is. But make sure you guys like this video. Make sure to comment down below. Make sure to share this on Facebook. Share it on your Instagram stories. Thank you guys for always listening to me and having a good time. I appreciate everything. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Oh yeah, hit the subscribe button if you've never subscribed to my Instagram, or what is this, YouTube channel. I love all you guys, and marijuana.